It's snowing. I'm gonna get everything situated. My Gore-Tex coat here. I've got my Orvis insulated jacket. I'm gonna probably put that on a little bit. It's a little chilly in here right now. It's gonna take some time to get it a little bit warm in here. Some of you are probably wondering why I have a chainsaw. I think it was a pretty good idea considering how many low-lying branches I had to go under to get here. Once we get this 12 to 18 inches of snow on top of them, they're probably gonna break off, so I need to get out of here. Got the fireplace on. I'm gonna make a cup of coffee. So I've got the Dometic tank and I've got the faucet here too, which is really nice. I'm gonna fill this up to the safety line and then I'm gonna boil some water real quick. I've got some dehydrated Starbucks here that I'm gonna put in the hot water. It's just easy to do. You'll want to actually bleed off this suction on this too a little bit. Seems to actually flow a little bit better. So good. We're up to the max fill line. The jet boil stoves are really nice. In fact, when I cook dinner tonight, I've got the 2-burner jet boil. I'm pretty excited to try to give that a shot. We've got some good meal options for this evening. It's a little bit early. I just had some crackers and cheese and pepperoni. So let's get this fired up and have a cup of coffee. That won't take long at all. This thing is ready to go. You can tell it's ready because this actually changes color, which is kind of a cool little feature. If you fill it up to the max line, you don't have to worry about it boiling over either. Yeah, so this is just the freeze-dried Starbucks. I like it, it's easy. I don't have to carry around a bunch of coffee gear with me. So we're just gonna do just like a spoonful, right? And pour it in. Let this cool off a little bit. It really doesn't take much to let these things cool down. And my coffee is done. Yeah, everything has a home. And it's important that everything lives in its home. So you can find it, or somebody that's camping with you can find it. All right? And it just doesn't drive you crazy, right? This would be a good experience, and you shouldn't have to really stress about where things are. So just put the stuff back where you found it. Probably still a little warm yet, but it's nice in here. And it feels good. The fire going over here. This works really good. It's on low right now. I've got pretty much a full tank. At least I thought I did. We'll see what happens. But I'm gonna run it on low. I didn't have to run it for the last 2, 3, 4 hours I was gone skiing, warming it up kind of slowly in here. This is what high looks like. It doesn't get super crazy high, right? So, but you got this fan, which is really nice. When you turn that fan on, it really kicks a lot of air out. And I use these fans here to kind of circulate things around. I'm not using this one because I'm sitting right in front of it right now. I got my gloves hung here, which is something I just came up with. Because there's carpet everywhere in these things, I can just put the Velcro up and hang my gloves right by the fire, and then the warm air will just warm them up, which is really nice. Like I said, I have 2 fans here I use to kind of circulate air in the winter when the heater's going, or in the summertime to move air so we don't get stuffy. And I like the sound of it too. I like the sound of a ceiling fan at home. This is the Deemerbox DB1. This is the Outer Limit Supply quick latch plate. I've had this particular plate and this connection since I had my kayak camper, which was 2017, 2018 maybe, right? So the DB1 is a 1-speaker system, and you can see it's got storage space inside. You can actually charge a phone while you're listening to it. It's got audio in. Nobody really does that anymore. And it's got a plug here that actually plugs into this hole and makes it completely waterproof. But it's just a Pelican case. Molly panels are really nice. Behind the Molly panels, I actually have an insulated panel in there, which is kind of nice to kind of break down on some of the thermal bridging that you get between cold, metals in an exterior and a warm interior space, right? This is the Expedition Essentials paper towel holder. It's great. I mean, we've always used it. I like to keep a flashlight here in a pinch if I need one. It's kind of handy. This is the GP Factor Red Arc Red Vision TVMS power cabinet, and it controls everything in here. Controls the lights, tells me I've got 2 days on my current electrical load. I've got power charging on the sides here, which is great. It controls all my fans on separate circuits. I'm not really making any power right now because the sun's behind the clouds, and it's snowing outside, and I'm in the forest. But right now what I can do is I can kind of monitor things, and I'm going to be totally fine here for a couple days. I mean, we're at 84% right now, which is crazy. The fridge really hasn't had to run much because it's cold, which is great, so I'm not really using a lot of energy. Got tons of patches everywhere on either side. Now I actually have water in this Dometic jug right here because I don't want to put water in the water tank in the winter time because I'm worried it will freeze, especially if we're going skiing and going up to the ski resorts and stuff like that. So I like to try to empty the water tank out, and I've got a water pump on this other side, so I pump all the water out of it so it doesn't freeze and I break off the impeller on the inside. I've already done that once. My rubber boots, obviously I carry those everywhere I go. And then down here you can see I also have a Red Arc 400 watt inverter. And then I ran that to kind of an extension port where I have 2 USB outlets and 3 plugs, right? So we charge lots of camera equipment. So that's what we use that for. And I've got the laptop back here if I do a little bit of work today. And we can't forget about the goose gear, right? The goose gear is really nice. It's very comfortable to sit on. Last night I laid down the pad from, part of the Alu-Cab bed. Laid down the pad and watched Interstellar. I've seen that movie about 10 times now. But yeah, it's really nice to keep everything kind of tucked away, so you don't have things flailing about, which I kind of do now, but I haven't really optimized everything. I just threw everything in when I left West Virginia because I wanted to get up here to hit the storm. But yeah, I got my Snow Peak Dutch oven over here. We'll cook on that tonight, I think. We use that thing on the fire all the time, and we'll be using it on a stove tonight, I think. Blue Ridge Overland gear here. This is the wrap-on PF1 toilet. Probably gonna have to set that up at some point. But this is in a Blue Ridge Overland gear bag that they designed for the PF1, which is nice. And I've got my cartridges here for the toilet, and then the battery for the sealing unit and the coagulant in there, and toilet paper. More Blue Ridge Overland gear here stuff. I've got a laptop sleeve. There's actually their map pouch. And it fits a MacBook perfectly. And then all of my cords, which I have a lot of cords in there. My laundry. So I generally right now what I've got is my pants in one bag and my shirts and tops in another bag. Extra pillow, which I didn't really need. And I've got some dirty laundry over here. Before I leave, I'll probably move all my clean laundry into one bag and use the other one for dirty laundry. And then lots of patches. We've got lots of patches, right? We've had a lot of fun collecting these over the years, and they move from truck to truck. I am going to get some ski gear on, and I'm going to go for a little skate on the skis. Let's get dressed up and try to head into Warren.